In the following section, you will become familiar with the automation task. You will find out more about the application example, the hardware configuration, and the components of the sample project. The application example is a color mixing system for mixing and filling a previously selected color recipe. Components of the color recipe are the four colors cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. In other words, the colors of the CMYK color space. Filling takes place in 4 steps. Selection of the color mixture using the HMI recipe function. Filling the recipe components, or the 4 basic colors, by opening the respective tank valves. Mixing the colors. Filling the finished color mixture into cans and transportation by a conveyor belt. The hardware configuration consists of the following devices: the CPU 1511 1PN with an S7-1500 load current supply, a digital input module, and a digital output module. HMI panel TP1200 Comfort that can also be simulated with the TIA portal. Distributed ET200SP I/O system with IM155 6PN ST interface module, digital input modules, digital output modules, and server module. Distributed ET200MP I/O system with IM155 5PN ST interface module and digital input and digital output modules. To configure the color mixing system with the TIA portal, create the sample project Color Filling Station. The following project components already exist for the sample project: the program blocks and tag tables of the CPU user program, and a configured comfort panel with the necessary HMI screens, HMI tags, and scripts. In this section, we will explain the relationships between the individual project components of the sample project. You will carry out the necessary configuration steps yourself at a later point in time. The HMI screen Recipes includes the color selection recipe. You can use this object to select data records and to create new data records. The color mixtures and the portions of the color components are stored in the Recipes HMI editor. Each color mixture consists of the 4 color components cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. The values for the respective color components are written in PLC tags when you load a color mixture. These are stored in the Tags Filling Process tag table of the CPU. The HMI screen Recipes also includes a slider. You use this slider to specify the number of cans to be filled. When the required color mixture is selected in the HMI screen Recipes, the values are displayed in the CMYK color space by means of a bar diagram. The color mixture can be shown with an additional display. This requires the recipe screen script to be run. You run the recipe screen script by clicking the Display RGB Value button. The script assigns the RGB value assigned to the CMYK value to the display because CMYK values cannot be output directly on screens. The required RGB value is calculated by the SCL Convert CMYK to RGB program block. The Fill Recipe button starts the filling of the color components in the HMI screen Start screen. The button activates the LAD Control Color Valves program block. The program block calculates how long each of the 4 valves needs to stay open for the color mixture based on the specified recipe and the number of cans that have to be filled. LEDs below the tanks indicate that the valves are opened. The LAD tank's filling level program block is executed at the same time as the filling. The program block calculates the remaining fill level in the tanks. The current fill levels of the tanks are stored in the global data block filling. The fill level indicators in the HMI screen are directly linked with the global data block and are updated with each runtime acquisition cycle. The Start Mixer button starts the mixer of the color mixing system in the HMI screen Start screen. The LAD mixer program block is called for this purpose at the CPU end. It activates the mixer for 3 seconds. The activation of the mixer is indicated by flashing in the HMI screen. The Fill Color Mixture button starts the filling of the cans in the HMI screen Start screen. The SCL Valve Conveyor program block is activated for this purpose at the CPU end. It controls the valves and the conveyor belt. The cans are animated according to the movement of the conveyor belt in the HMI screen. A counter indicates the number of cans that have already been filled. There is a button to reset the fill level of each of the 4 color tanks in the HMI screen Start screen. The reset of the respective fill level has been implemented in the main program block in networks 6 to 9. Network 6 to 9 reset the values to the start value in the global data block filling.